Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am Gamion. I will be your game developer for the stream. Full-time AAA developer by day and indie by night and on the weekends. My co-host Mega Kitty is currently sleeping in another room right now, probably in a warm load of freshly cleaned laundry right now. So she may be around a little later. We'll see. So I've been working on an online multiplayer soccer brawler for about 4 years now. I hope to get it out middle of this year. Still got a fair bit of work left to do, even though a lot of field content is finished. And this evening, I'm focusing a bit on the UI, on animations, and basically making the match over sequence look a lot better than it does right now, with better art and more animations. And then after that's done, I want to do some work on the custom lobby. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started here. So here is the current match over overlay. All it does is show you the current match background and just this banner that says match over. That's just not going to cut it at all for the demo. What we're going to do instead is something that's a little more animated, a little brighter. So we're going to have this appear from the, I guess from coming from out of the screen, well, I should say in the direction you're facing, and then have the rest of these elements just kind of appear as they do. So we can do animations with Unreal Engine, which is pretty cool stuff in their UI, and that's what I want to do here. I want to do a little name cleanup here first. So this is blue ribbon. All right, there's your shield. So that's how it looks as a still, but how do we want it to look animated? And that's what we're going to do. So I think, wait, do these even matter? Yeah, we'll want to keep those. Let's see, we're going to have, what do you call I think it's the intro. What was the score intro? I forgot what that was. We'll just get to that later. Okay, so it says so we got victory text. So how do I want to do this? We kind of want the text to be, yeah, over the banner. I think my vision for this is we have the shield zoom in, and then the banner could fly up and then center on the shield. Let's see. Oh, also, don't want that. Oh, I think the justification's not, oh, that's right. What's the size? X is 0. Okay, so... Oh, I know. Let's do this. Okay, that should do it. Okay, so let's see, the shield comes in first. Better, yeah, we'll have the shield and the banner come in first, together. And the stars and the swords will come in right after that. Hide these. Hide the swords. And hide the old banner. Now I think we'll bring the shield in. Let's see, let's hide the ribbon and the text. Which, by the way, should be together. That. Start by bringing the shield so that's non-hit testable. And then we'll zoom, scale it a bit. At T0, we're going to do, oh, we can do something that big, and the opacity will start at 0. So let's see how. Now here we can probably do scale of 1, opacity of 1. So then it looks like, bam. And you know what? We're gonna maybe go to 1.25. And then we're gonna make it degrade over time a little bit. So let's see, how long do I want the whole intro to be? Let's do, and then, let's say 3 seconds. And then we'll adjust it as we need to. Scale of 1. Okay, that's a good start. And then now let's talk about the banner. We can just have that appear. Let's start right here and see what we get. Oh, and the text too. So let's say we'll start their opacity at 0. Text, which we also want to make a property. And scale. The shield at the top. Can we do that? Yes. Scale. Oh, where's transform? There it is. And quickly, let's say 1/4 of a second, make it at full opacity. And what was the shield scale here? Oh, 1. Okay. We'll do the same here then. Nah, I don't like that very much. Maybe I should have those elements fade in at the same time as a shield. So what's the shield scale here? Oh, really? It's 4? Okay, let's make it 475. And then we'll do the same with the ribbon. I'll make that render opacity 1. Okay. Oof. Text looks a little weird. Maybe I shouldn't scale the text. Maybe I should use text size instead. Scale makes sense for images, but not text. So let's remove the text transform. Actually, let's keep this one for a second. I want to see, excuse me, 0, and then we're going to do font size. Wrapping policy, no. So how do I change the font size in an animation without using a transform, which doesn't really work well? Mobile font size multiplier, no. Huh. I guess there isn't an option for that. Not material. Yeah. So let's go back to transform then. I think that's 475 on everything. This mark we will do 0.25. Then to 1. I guess that works. It just... So, ooh, what's that? That's better. I'm going to move this to the left. Can I move this timeline? There we go. Okay, so we'll start at the beginning again. Let's have a look. I don't know. Maybe I should not move it. I think what I'll do instead, I'm going to take the text out of the equation here. And we'll make it a child of the banner, of the ribbon. And let's see how that works. So we'll put the ribbon in here. Oh, we got to add the overlay to the animation though, so we'll have to do that. Just for testing though. So we'll get rid of the... Can we move these over to the overlay? Probably not, because keyframes. So let's do render opacity. Start with 0, and then become 1. I'm not seeing it. It's got to be in here somewhere. Oh, that's weird. Why would it appear now? Well, actually, let's get rid of the animation. Let's do this. And let's add a margin. Okay, that's a margin. And then back to this. All right, now the big test. How will scaling it look? That looks better, I think. And then scale it to 1. Yeah, this looks better to me. It looks like the text isn't kind of shaking as much. Let's formalize this. And we'll fade that out. Oh, now we got to bring the swords in now. So what we'll do, bam. Maybe we should bring him in at the same time so that the swords are appearing here. So let's add the sword on the left. And then another on the right. Now, instead of coming in from the front like the shield is, I want them to come from another direction. We're going to do the opacity as well, but let's do from the left. We're going to add a transform into the right. And we'll have 0. Zero translation. And then on the left, yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to propose, Zoomies, is that will come from the top left. So let's see how that will look. Let's do... Oops, I don't want to do the run on the right. I want to do the left first. Okay, let's start with like -1,000 in both directions. Okay, and then wham, like that. Now let's do more extreme. Let's do maybe 2,000. Make it faster. Oh, that'll be off screen. Let's do 1,500. And we may not even have to fade the sword at all. We just made it a little more off screen. And for reference, here's the old layout. Just this. There's not even an animation on this. We're not going to be doing this anymore. We're going to do actual animation here. So let's do the same with the other sword. reverse numbers. Start at 1600 and go to 0. Alright, so let's look at the finished product. So we start. Question, could you try delaying it instead of making it faster and see how it looks? Also, that's a massive upgrade. So I can delay when they... Okay, so let's first see how it looks without the delay. Like this. Yeah, I think they do need a delay, but they also need to scale down later. Oh, I guess they will need to scale a little bit because of the shield. Yeah, I think a delay is going to help. So let's start them off maybe over here. Let's do maybe at that midway point. That will make them go faster. Oh, let's do the same for the other sword. Yeah, I like that. But of course, the swords will start need the scaling down too. And actually, they need to be at... Everything else is at 1:5 scale. And the left and the right. I like the uniform. Let's roll with that first. Now, let's see. Currently, everything else has a scale of 1.25 because we do a slow fade after that to 1. Although, I'm starting to wonder if I want to do... Maybe do 1. Yeah, I think we can do 1. And then we're going to take it down further. So let me, starting with the shield. We're going to make this scale to be 1. Then we're going to bring it down to maybe 0.8. Like it's going to fade away at the tail end here. So I haven't done that part yet. Overlay, because I like the idea of them being at their default scale until they start to disappear. Okay, so what we got now? Okay, I think the swords maybe needed more of a delay. Actually, I didn't scale the swords, did I? Kind of looks like I did. No, I didn't. They're just big. So at this at the half-second mark is where everything is uniform scale, 100% with their original art, and this is where everything needs to start slowly fading out. So we're going to do a scale keyframe here for each of the swords. Then we're going to bring them down to 0.8 here. I almost feel like I want a little more delay on the swords. Because what's happening in my mind is there's blank, and then suddenly this appears, and your eyes are trying to assimilate what's going on. It's, I could even add the swords after that part, but I want to try it. Maybe I can start them. Let's see what we got. Left and right. Yeah, I just think it's too much happening too fast. Also, how do I make the... Yeah, there we go. Do that. Let's bring these in. I want to do a select. Well, let me do a select. There we go. Can move these over like that. Okay, that's too fast. Sword's coming in too fast. Let's take the sword translations, only the translations, and move them out. let's say right here, 0.75. Now they seem too slow and they come in too late. It's one of those things where you can kind of picture it in your head, but then when you actually try to do it, it just kind of falls apart. And well, that's me and design. That's just how it is. Bring these in a little closer. How can I see both translations of it? Alright, so then we'll move these over here. Move you two right here. I don't know. I'm starting to like these swords coming in earlier now. Also, that's still too slow. Well, again, that's too fast. Well, maybe not. Alright, maybe a little too fast. I don't know, I don't like how they're disjoint. I think I like them to be more close together. Even though there was a lot happening, like I said before, I think I want to bring the swords in sooner. You know, I feel like this is what I had before and I didn't like it, now I like it. Oh, and there's not only that, but there's these stars I haven't introduced yet. So I'll have to bring those in too. Alright, so we got that. And I'm going to need some sound effects. I'm going to need like a sword sheathing or unsheathing sound to play, and maybe a boom. You know, like a I don't know, like a slam, like a door slam or something like that. I'm definitely gonna need sound on this, but I'm more concerned about the graphics first. I'll get to the sound after this. But I like what I'm seeing right now. Let's save that. You better not crash Unreal after all that. You better not crash. Okay. Now here's the thing. My artist gave me these stars. Which, by the way, I went through I paid an artist to do this work. They did the art, they did the 2D and the 3D art, and I'm using what they made for me. Although I did make a few tweaks of my own. For instance, I made the field have these alternating lines that you see here. They just gave it to me as straight up grass, and then I added this tweak here by editing the ground material. And I also mocked this up together because I'm an engineer, and this is clearly engineer art. So, but I just don't, here's the thing, when I see, as a gamer, and I see stars like that, I see, like, a rating. Like, you play those mobile games like Candy Crush, and then you got, like, stars for completing the level in a certain time or a certain score, and you got stars. That's what I think of when I see these stars, and I just don't, And so when I see these, I'm going to think, is this my rating? Did I earn these stars? What do they mean? And so with that, I kind of want to do without for now. Now maybe that's something only mobile gamers think, but I don't know. I just don't see the value. So for the moment, I'm just going to hide them. And then we got the fade, and then we're going to fade them out here. Maybe fade in a quarter second. So now we go back to the render opacity. Oh, here. Make a keyframe for the render opacity for each of these. So here. Here. Oh, I don't have render opacity here. Okay. Let's add it. There. And then we'll move here. A quarter second later, we'll have everything faded out. At the same time, I want them to continue their scale descaling, so we're going to move the scale over here. And we'll do it for this. No. Another thing I'm a little shaky about with Unreal is using their undo feature, because sometimes it screws things up. So let's look at the summation of what we got now. Ah, my swords are gone. Whoops. We're gonna need wait, that's one. That should be there. Oh, there it is. What happened? There, that's good. Another. Oh, wait a minute. That's the weirdest thing. Okay, that looks good. Alright, so we're gonna test this. So we're connected to the old match layout. I'm gonna connect this to the new one. Match layout, V2. Okay, and I forgot what happened in the original layout. When did this hide? Because that, when does that hide? How's that controlled? So I made this a while back. Oh wait, that's right. We would. That's right. I changed it. So there used to be two layouts. One for when the game ends, and then another for a few seconds later. And I merged them in the process of getting this working. So let's see how this looks. Oh, it didn't play the animation. My bad. But no, I want to see something real quick. What if I don't play the animation? What happened? When does the rest of the stuff appear? Okay, so it just hides. Alright, so I have logic that hides everything. Yeah, the overlay match over, that disappears. Okay. Now let's play the animation proper. Unactivated. Clean and refresh, bind events. Where's our animation? There's again with the swords. Also, that was pretty quick. I want a little more time for the player to savor it. Let's give it another second for starters. So we got 3 seconds. Let's pull everything up. Okay. So we're going to move, see, from 3 to 4. So we'll move everything a full second forward. There. And let's make this, let's go a little earlier. Let's do 3.75. Okay, let's see, let's do that again. Let's give him one more second to savor that. Maybe a half second. Let's see. Select all this. Select all this again. So let's end this at 5. Oh. End this at 5 seconds. Still feels kind of fast. But that was a good couple of seconds. Let's just do a little tiny bit more. Okay, that should definitely be enough. Okay, that... Let me see this again. Let's make that just a bit less. Actually, you know what? Let's make the render opacity go out a little more. So it takes longer to fade out. Actually, better yet, let's take this and move these back. Yeah, I like that. What I don't like is how abruptly okay. If you looked carefully, you'd notice that the background blur is animating twice. Here at the beginning, and then watch carefully. There it is. Okay, we gotta fix that. So what is causing that? Is it the score intro? Oh, that's entirely separate. Okay, that's his own animation. Is it playing twice? Also, it's not playing at the beginning. It's like... Alright, so bind events. And why is it playing a... Oh, okay, now it all makes sense. Why am I doing this twice? Oh, for late joiners, that's why I'm doing it twice. Well, in any event, this should only be called when the widget is activated. And let's make this easier to read by having a description for it. Let's see. Blur the background over time. Play the victory, defeat, tie animation. Okay, that's better. So now that looks, background is better. Oh, what was... Something else looked like it just disappeared off the field. Oh, the heroes just disappear off the field. Okay. Oh, you know what? It just hit me. I want the victory to stay. What I want to do is go there, and then I want to replace the scoreboard, and I want the scoreboard to fade out. That's right. And I want that tie game, that banner to... Oh, that also means I need to have the score on it too. I wonder if I can do that. Like, where would I put the score here? Ew, that looks terrible. I could put the score in the leaderboard. Or I could just leave it up. Could leave it up at the top, but then the victory would kind of clash with it. Oh, I know. I can put the score on the bottom of the shield and raise the banner a little bit. How does that look? Also, let's change the text score. No, text final score. And let's change that outline color because it doesn't make any sense. Change that color outline color to black. Well, actually, maybe a lighter kind of a gray. Let's take this. Yeah, like that. That's better. Alright, what does this look like? Now I'm curious. Let's make that smaller. Yeah, and then move it down more. Alright, let's see how that looks. I like that. Then we can move it to the top. We can get rid of that banner, that other banner. Now, how do we move it to the top? Well, for starters, the match over canvas. Hey, 3 Loco, thanks so much for the subscription. I don't get many subscribes on this channel. Still, well, not new to streaming, but I guess, hey, 3 Loco, welcome. So, yeah, when are you going to play Valheim again? Yeah, so this is the game I've been making. Let me show you real quick. In fact, I'm going to show you what I got on my current playtest so far, which, by the way, you can get on Steam right now if you want. You can have your friends play, too. So what you do is you go to this link on Steam, and then you can do join playtest, and then you can have all your friends do that, too, and then just play. So let me show you what it looks like. Well, this is an unreleased build, but it's going to be up pretty soon. I'm working on the post-match screen at the moment. So let's do builds, Steam, playtest, development. All right, here we go. So the copy on Steam is like maybe 2 weeks old. This is updated a few days ago. So I'm going to do a quick match. So the idea is you just hop into a game real quick, and then you choose from 9 heroes to play as. You got 3 defenders, 3 kinds of defender heroes. They're usually big guys who can do powerful moves. We got a Dragoon, kind of circa Final Fantasy. Oh yeah, the Dragoon can summon, it can summon wyverns. And then you got, and yeah, this guy is literally a beast. Just ram through it, plow through opponents, and think the game's going to crash. Let's see if it crashes. Oh, you know what? It's frozen. I've been trying to get this bug to happen for a long time, but I could never repro it. It just freezes the lobby up. So I got to kill it with the task manager. But now I think I know how to repro that bug. So I'm going to go ahead and start the game again, and I'll just play a super quick round to show you what it's all about. I bet it's freezing trying to load, or trying to load a clip at the wrong time. That's probably it. And it crashed. Well, here's the thing. Whenever it crashes, I have it call a home server called Sentry, and it records the crash. And it looks like we're up to it again. I wonder if it's memory usage. Let's have a look. Okay, we've got 100% CPU. Okay, that's not too bad. Memory usage is fine. Wow, figures. Now I want to show the game off and then it crashes. Like, this never happens. So, let me make sure it's properly closed. Check. And let's see if we can get a match one more time. Otherwise, I can play it from the editor itself, which is kind of more clunky. Oh, and another crash. I also just upgraded the engine version too. Yep. But hey, I'd rather have bad luck now than having bad luck when like I have a huge audience or like on a demo or something. So let's try that again. And we're just going to do ready. Yeah, and it created logs, so I can read those crash logs, figure out what happened. All right, and while that's running, let me put us in a better full screen experience. Oh, and with desktop audio. So I'm playing against bots that I designed. So they still need some work, but they are good enough to get a lot of testing done. Oh man, I got crushed. Oh, throw a turret up? See, that's the thing about what makes this game unique is you have a weapon and 3 abilities, a dash, offense, and defense. I'm going to use my defense ability there. Threw some spike traps down. So if any other opponent runs over there, they're going to get stuck. Also, the AI is doing pretty good against me tonight. I don't know why. What are the action buttons? So it's left mouse button for using your weapon, right mouse button for your dash ability, also left mouse button for kicking the ball as well. That was right mouse. And then you have left control for your offense ability. There's the turret. And left control for the spikes. And I taught the bots how to use their abilities too, so everyone's using them. Yeah, let's finish this. Alright, so that's a score. Oh, and by the way, this does work with the game controller as well, but it's very unpolished. Needs a lot of work. And I also need feedback from people who prefer gamepad, because I want to figure out what the default buttons should be. Oh, missed. Oh man. So yeah, you can be a ranged hero or a melee hero, and the melee heroes are pretty good. They're pretty strong. And we can switch heroes mid game as well. So I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be Werewolf. The artwork was kind of so I had an artist. I paid an artist to do all the work for the art. Roll the log on me. And that set me back a little bit, but I think I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing here. Oh. Get back here. I'll steal the ball right back from him. And if you get knocked down too many times, then you respawn. Okay, my power's ready. Watch this. I'm gonna turn into a werewolf and I just flatten all the enemies on the ground. Like that. But it's limited time, so you gotta use it. I got crushed. Oh yeah, I got the ball. Oh no, they took it back. Wow, that was a good play. And the crowd reacts too. Crowd is designed to react to certain events. Haha! Stole the ball from him. Oh, I missed. Oh. Oh! I can't believe I screwed that up. Get him. First you, and then you. Let's see who else I can get. And you again. Oh! Uh-oh, we got 30 seconds left. Crowd's going wild. See if we can make this, shut them out. Yeah. So that's a shutout. 1-0. I'm the MVP. And that's final score. So, and that's Field of Heroes, basically. I'm going to have 8 fields when I release it in early access. The demo is probably going to have maybe 4 fields, or maybe less. I'm not sure yet. Demo shouldn't have all the content. So, so again, hope to get this out in demo by early spring, have an early access in early summer. And that will coincide with the upcoming Steam Next Fests. So hopefully it works out. The bar for indie developers is super high these days. Indies are produced, like you have AA studios who are basically technically indies, self-funded and all that. And then you have some very, very talented individuals, 1 or 2, 3 people who make masterpieces. So now I work full-time AAA, making AAA software, AAA games. But then I still scratch the itch of making my own games at night and on weekends. So it's just me and the artist who I paid to do all the art, and we are concluding our collaboration in the end of this month, and then it'll just be me at that point going forward. So I still got a lot of work to do, a lot of testing to do. Some core mechanics need to be tested a little more. I'm having a play test a week from Wednesday. So I'm going to inviting a couple of people, including some of my AAA buddies, to help test. And that will be, again, a week from this Wednesday. So, oh, I had the background music running the whole time. Well, my bad. So, anyway, so the priority right now is the kicking game. Now, as you saw, all you could do was really kick. You couldn't you couldn't control how powerful you kicked. It's just a single button click. And I want to make absolutely sure that I want to roll with that all the way through the demo and beyond. I did try support for controlling how powerful you kicked, but I found that actually made the game less pleasant to play. So the next play test I'm gonna play for about a half hour with some friends, and then we're gonna do a round table on what we can do to improve the kicking game, if anything. So after that, thanks so much for the luck. I've been on this for almost 4 years, and so it's so definitely a very passion project. And the competition is pretty fierce out there. Let me just show you just one of the competitors that's going to release about the same time as my game, if I understand right. So this game is called Sparkball. This was made by obviously a bigger team, and this is how they look. Oh, this is the actual trailer of their game. Happy New Year, you too, Detonator. This is the competition, folks. So I'm actually writing my own soccer brawler, not unlike this. This is the competition. Yep, so that's what I'm up against. So, yep, this is my version. Actually, I can do full screen. So this is from the editor, so it's going to be a little slower, a little clunkier than an actual package build. Now we're going to hit some hitching here because the game is loading textures and animations into memory right now. So there's a lot of hitching that you won't see in the package build. Now that all said, seeing this against Sparkball, well, Sparkball it looks different for sure. It looks more polished, I'll give you that. But what Sparkball doesn't have and what Omega Strikers doesn't have is this particular flavor of gameplay. This is more combat focused, I think. So we'll see. Now, so in the end, it's going to be this and the others. But so I kind of took a more of a Warcraft kind of look and feel out of it. Sparkball is taking more of a kind of a more modern feel, like think Marvel Rivals, like that. So I mean, I think it looks good. I think it's going to get a lot of playtime. I think lots of people are going to play this game and really enjoy it. It does look like it's deep combat as well, but mine is this different style and slightly different mechanics, maybe more combat focused. And I can infer that they have other abilities like I do, but with cooldowns. But I think they're just different. So you got their map there. I got a radar too. So it's good to look at what other people are working on, and obviously their team is a lot bigger than me. For me, it was an artist helping me, and then they're going to wrap up the end of this month, and it'll just be me at this point. So, yep, this is the competition. And also, existing competition, if you've ever seen it, is Omega Strikers, which came out years ago. That is a more limited field space. Let's show you the... This is Omega Strikers. Where's the game? There's their game. Less surface here. And looks like it's more on ball control. You don't have to really carry the ball, they just catch the chicken. So that's Omega Strikers. Again, it's done very well. Over 14,000 ratings. Who knows how many downloads they've had. And then Sparkball, which coming out in Q2 of this year. I think I'll be in Q3. I think. Yeah, look at their fields and my fields. So yeah, definitely different styles for sure. So I think, just at a glance, that, I think they're going to get more players for sure. But at the same time, I don't want to be deterred from making my own because I want to. If just because everyone else is making, well, if other people are making their own. So and I want to stick with it. I want to see it through to completion and then release it early access and demo. And if the market says, we're not really interested in your game, then I'll accept that and move on. But I don't know. I just want to see how it does. So work left to do before the demo. I still got to finish some of the fields, some of the metagames in the fields, because some of the fields actually do have metagames that I don't think the other games have. So for instance, if you go to the desert, now it's got to load the desert field now. Well, while we're waiting that field to load, I'm going to... Yeah, it's still opening. There we go. Still loading. And still, okay, so yep, this is the desert field. You know, I have to admit, it doesn't look too different from that other screenshot I just showed you, except it's a desert. This is also my favorite field as far as the art goes. Yeah, don't let that kill your love for making your own games. If it doesn't work out, then take notes and make the next one. Absolutely. The thing is, I've already released 8 games. I have kind of a history of them. Let's see, do I have that in my... Let's see, old concepts. I don't think I have a overlay for that. But yeah, this is not my first rodeo for sure. So I'll go back to this. So if you just go to my website, so one in progress right now. Hyperspace Pinball is actually on Steam right now. It got mixed ratings because I screwed up the physics and I fixed it, but it was too late. Damage is already done. So that's this is actually my first Steam game too. And then there was mobile games, a bunch of mobile games I made, like Tilts. It's a game that uses the accelerometer. You use your finger to tilt these little platforms here, so that all the coins go into the chests. You know, all the seashells go in the bucket, and so on. Hamster Chase is another accelerometer game. It's like a game of Labyrinth, but with hamster balls. So I released that years ago. Domino Arena, I can't even describe this game, but I had a lot of fun. The idea is to make as many dominoes as possible to be your color. And then the one after the timer runs out, the one with the most dominoes on the field wins. Cycles 3D was an old Tron clone. So there's that. You know, Tron Light Cycles. So I made that forever ago. So those are just 5 of the games I released, and the others are so old I don't even have screenshots for them. So, that said, I'm pretty happy with how this is going, though, all in all. Also, another feature that this game has that others don't is the ability to make your own fields. That's going to be built in with the game when you get it. Actually, it'll be a free DLC. Is a project that you can run with Unreal Engine, and you can make your own fields with if you know how to use the Unreal Editor. So, but yeah, this field is a lot of fun. So let's play this one real quick. Because there's a sandworm in it. And the sandworm pops up at random. A little hitching there again. There he is. So if you take the sandworm down first, before the other team does, then the other team will get sucked into the sand pit. So you see him trying to run in place, trying to get away from it. So that's what this is about. Again, more hitching. This is loading materials. So yeah, and then I also think, you know what? If even if the market doesn't accept it, there might be a core, you know, maybe a small core of gamers who do and want to play it, and more power to them. So, you know, there's still time. There's still plenty of other games to make. And on top of that, I am full-time AAA, so those games are fun to make it too. That being said, given a couple of rivals here, I think I'm going to do a couple of shout-outs. I haven't really done that too much yet this stream. So, I'm looking here in the crowd, and I will give my first shout-out to 3 Loco, who just subscribed. Gaming stream. Let's see if I got that right. And we play clips.
Behind us. One of y'all have a bottle? Anyone got a bottle?
No.
Aiming at that. Oh shit! I'm destroying it. Someone y'all better protect me. Protect me.
Protect you? What about me, bitch?
Don't you got a bottle?
No, I don't have a fucking
no.
bottle.
Yep, so I found them playing Valheim. I was looking for Valheim streamers some weeks ago, and it was a lot of fun to watch. I also see here in the audience Ice Bear Bear, also a game developer, and glad to have him here.
Yeah, I like that. Okay. Shoulders. All right. I'm going to stare at it for a minute and see what sticks out. The earring is what sticks out for me. But I keep looking up earrings and I don't see any that I like. I don't like this one, but I don't see any that would be better.
All right. Okay, and if I missed anyone, go ahead and speak up in chat, and I'd be happy to give you a shout out. Anyway, and you know what? If all else fails, I can always see if the team that made that Weed Shop Simulator needs any more developers. So I'm working tonight on the new victory sequence, and you saw in the game it was just a flat banner, just not exciting at all. And here's what I have so far of the new banner that's going to appear when the game is over tonight. So now we got these swords, we got this animation, we got that stuff. So that's what we got so far. What I want to do next is make it so this will go to the top of the screen here and then stay there for the rest of this this match. So I want to get rid of this banner and that score, so we'll do that first. So what we'll do is we're going to hide the match over. Oh wait, canvas panel victory. What was that? Okay, so this is the old one. This is the old. We're not even going to use this anymore. I wonder if I can just delete this without getting any errors. Let's see. Actually, no. This is used. That common text. All right, I'll leave that in for the moment. Hide this. We're going to show the post match. This banner is going to go. I think it was in the accolades. Nope, common. This banner is going to go. I'll just hide it. Hidden. Hidden. I'll make the whole thing hidden. Okay. And then let's see how it looks with everything hidden. Okay. So now we gotta move this to the top. So right now it fades out. We're gonna make it not fade out anymore. So let's hide this. Bring this back. Bring back the victory. And here's the animation that makes it work. It's animation here. I'm using Unreal Engine, by the way. And then you can kind of see like the keyframes here and how this all works. You got render opacity and transform and all that stuff. So I'm going to take out the opacity change here and here. We're going to keep these visible. So I think about here is we're going to start making them fly up. So we're going to lose these. Good, so that'll stay visible. Same with these two. Okay, so this is where we want to start making them kind of float up. What's this here? It's extra. Alright, so how am I going to do that? let's think about how it should look after they float it up. So let's do at the 6-second mark. Let's give it a full second to float. And we're gonna transform the shield. I wish I could take the whole thing. I want to take the whole thing cleanly. Maybe we can do the victory itself. The whole canvas panel. What happens if I do the canvas panel? Because that way everything would be in continued alignment, and that would be a good thing. So let's add this. Oh. Okay. So we go here, and what if I move this up? Oh, good. Maybe that'll work. So we'll start at the 0 keyframe. Okay. What did I say I want to do at the 4-second mark? Oh, here. So let's start here. And then we're going to move it up. Like right here. And maybe we could scale the whole canvas. Is that a thing we can do? Sure would be yeah, more uniform and more proper than the other way. So let's move this up further. Like here. Scale it down to like, let's see, that's the screen size. We want to make sure there's plenty of space for the rest of this. So, ew, hope it's not going to be blocky. Because that'd be awful. Okay, so then at the 5-second mark, what's this? What are these? Canvas panel. What is the shield? Oh, okay, there aren't anything there. I don't think we need these. So now, when you put it all together, it looks like this. Well, I think that's an awful long. All right, let's see this in action. And I'm going to make it so that overlay is no longer disappeared. So overlay match over. Which, by the way, I want to confirm that is the right one. Canvas panel victory. That's where it's hidden. We don't want to do that anymore, so let's go over here. Oh. I need to see that. Okay. Let me change. Let's see, when does this hide? Oh, here we go. Show HUD. Wait a minute, how does this know when the match is over? How does it know to hide the scoreboard when the match is over? Is that built in? I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, so you want to add post match to the or match over. I can't just insert a pin. Yeah. I want to see this full screen. Yeah, looks a little weird. Maybe it's just kind of the pixelation I'm getting with the scaling. Yeah, also it's not a uniform, it's not moving uniformly. That's the other problem. So something's wrong with the animation. So, lurk, yep. All right, well, you have a good time, 3Loco21, with your friends. Enjoy your Rainbow Six, and if I finish streaming before you guys are finished playing, I'll probably stop in and say hi. Yeah, there's that weird... Yeah, it doesn't... Something... There's like an extra keyframe somewhere. Maybe it's here. Yeah, it's probably this. Yeah, the other keyframes are starting too late. And viewer... Oh, you're a viewer today? Okay. Yeah, I'll see you around, for sure. Hey, Jacob Dev, welcome. Alright, let's see. I think I should fix that weirdness, so let's see how it looks now. Okay, that looks better, but it still looks a little kind of pixelated. I might roll with it and smooth it out after I get feedback from my testers. Also move it down a little bit too. So let's move that to, yeah, like that. I can also maybe make it just a hair bigger too. I want to, let's see how the score looks. Yeah, I can make that a little bigger. So what I'll do is move it up just a bit. Oh, maybe 770. Scale 0.45. Let's see how that looks. I kind of expected more smooth scaling from Unreal Engine, but it is what it is. Oh, another thing I should do is kind of make it follow, like, instead of just going from middle to top, I should make it converge a bit. Okay, I think this can work. Alright, so here, this is a linear. I want to make this whole thing to be not linear. I want it to be like on a curve, just converge and so on. How do I do that? Well, first let's save what I got so I don't screw anything up. Alright, is there a way... Or does it already do that? No. I want the conversion to be... I think there's got to be a curve editor in here. I don't do this very often, so how do I edit the curve? How do I make this like curve? Oh, here we go. This is why I'm thinking it may already be curved in the first place. Initial key is cubic. Oh, here we go. What if we tried? Okay, I wonder if that did anything. Let's see. I can't tell if it did anything or not. How's this look? I honestly can't tell if it made a difference or not. I'm just going to put it back the way it was to cubic auto. But yeah, let me do this one more time. I feel like I want to put something behind them, and I don't know what. I could do these wood partitions, but I don't know. I could put banners behind them. Well, it's definitely an improvement on what was there, that's for sure. And I like my approach I like to take is little changes, save, little changes, save. Meanwhile, is my cat there yet? Nope. She's sleeping in another room. So for those of you who haven't gotten to see my cat yet, her name is Missy, but I call her Mega Kitty. And she's a now a 12-year-old gray tabby. This is her picture. She's very happy. And so yeah, in fact, I'm taking her to the vet Wednesday for her annual vaccinations. She doesn't know that yet, so she's on good terms with me at the moment. After I take her, I'm sure she'll be on bad terms for a while. And not only that, but she also endorses the unofficial soft drink of the stream, Coca-Cola. Anyway, so where were we? Okay, so we got this. We have victory. Now, there's a couple things about this. One, this is always blue. Two, this always reads victory. Three, this always reads 3-2. And four, this shield is always solid. And five, these swords are always visible. So what we need to do is make this layout adhere to the current player's color, team color, and their victory, loss status, and score. So we got a bit of work to do there. So I'm going to start by saving what we've already got to source control. Because if I don't do this, and then I screw something up, then I have to go back and figure out what I screwed up and fix it, and cross my fingers that it's not a permanent problem. So we'll say in this source control commit, replaced end of match banner with new animated shield. Let's see, intermediate commit. Placing. Good bit, welcome. Let's intermediate commit. Oh, and by the way, I always close the Unreal Editor first for two reasons. One, I may have forgotten to save an asset before making my commit, and that's bad. The second reason is sometimes Unreal Editor creates files, intermediate or temporary files that will get detected by source control that I do not want to commit. All right, so back to this. Okay, here's victory. Okay, so let's see. We got swords, we got canvas panel. All right. We have also the old stuff too, the outcome. So I'll show you the old banner. So again, this is the new look right here. Show you the old look. And that's the old look. And wow. Not even animated, just match is over. Yay. So we're gonna get rid of that permanently. So let's look at bring this back. This is set somewhere. Oh, right, it's in here. Okay, so check this out. The widget is in what's called Blueprint, which is a it's like a kind of a graphical language that you can use to do stuff that you could otherwise do in code. This, like all these nodes here do stuff, and they make this all work. So, however, this is all the bedrock of all of that is the C++ class, which has no comment on it, which I should fix. The widget that appears on the HUD when a match ends. Actually, the layout. Okay. And it's in the C++ code that we alter things, like the outcome text. This is the old stuff. We're going to change it to new stuff. So we're going to make it update intro value. So let's call it update intro values. And we're going to say change the color. Okay. Set the intro widget textures and text to reflect whether the owner's team won or lost and by how much. And you know what? I don't think this is a good name for a function. Update can mean anything. Let's do update intro child widgets for match. Yeah, this isn't good enough, I guess. Shouldn't even do this anymore. Keep this commented out for referencing. Okay. So, all the things we need to do. Step 1 is update this victory text. So what are we calling it? Text outcome. And that is a common text block. Oh, we already have a common text outcome. So let's call it old. And then we'll compile. We'll get those errors and then common text outcome. There we go. And we can probably delete this too. And this and this. We'll call this outcome. Let's make sure that it still works, by the way. Okay, good. You know what? We aren't going to keep that function after all. We're going to make it, let's see. Like that. Yeah, just like we had it before. Then we can just, here, we can simply do outcome text. I don't think we need that verbosity that this has. I think it's inferred that this is one of the child widgets being updated. So here, we'll bring this back. The owner team, winning team. So we can reuse most of this, really. Team ID is 0. So match over, that's like, there's no reason for your team to be 0. But if it is, then we'll just say, hey, match is over, and that's it. Another thing is I want to make a helper function to get the team ID. Better yet, I could maybe pass these in to these functions. Like, I don't want to do all this work of getting the team ID every single function, but I can just get it once. Let's see. Although this does other stuff too. Only its utility function. One thing I like to do is write my implementations in the order of which they're called. Yep, back to game deving. Are you going back to game deving, or am I going back to C++ deving? Alright, good. Okay, so that'll do. When do we actually need team ID? We don't need it down until we're down here, so let's move this down here. So I guess I don't need this here. If column A, if column B, gotcha. Oh, something else about this. For now, these are hard-coded. Later on, when I do localization, I'm going to need to make these properties. So I need to be able to localize these words based on the culture of the player. So that's going to come at a later time. Okay, so we update the outcome text. Now we need to update the score text. Let's do the text first. That's the final score text. Another thing we can do is get team score. Oh, one other thing about this, you'll see that I hard-coded like teams 1 and 2. In a much more scalable design, I could, support arbitrary number of teams, but I decided not to do that in this game. You only get 2 teams or nothing. Well, something else, another habit I picked up along the way with C++, you'll see that I have 2 lines of code for returning the team score. I could have just done return this, but the reason I don't is because if I'm debugging this, I want to step through line by line. I want to see what the team score is right here. I don't want to have to step into that and then get it and then read it, or not even be able to see it from there. I've accumulated the habit of getting a value and then returning that value. And yeah, maybe it's not the most efficient thing, but it certainly helps readability. Plus it also, if this function name was something else, then I wouldn't really understand it as much that I'm returning that team score. So we got, let's do... team score 1. Also, this is gonna be an error note. Good. Or a tie game as well if supported. Okay. All right. So far, so good. Now we need to update. Call this. Actually, you know what? I don't even need to call. I can just do all this from here. Okay, final score text. So we'll need another text block for that. And that is common text as well. So we're going to do common text, final score. These should be const. And Braxton Wise, welcome.
Problem.
You're a dreamer.
And you're the Wicker Witch of
Now,
the North.
there's no need for insults. We are... No monkey has ever been here before. We're curious about you.
We? The sisters.
We.
Aya.
You.
Bayeb Aya.
So Braxton Wise is an artist. Does some really cool stuff. Do you have anything new on your Blue Sky? Actually, I can just go check myself. Let's see if I. Did you post your Christmas art? I haven't uploaded. Oh, okay. All right, well, that's fine. So yes, if anyone's curious, so here's my Blue Sky. If anyone's curious, so I post whenever I stream, and I post other updates. So gonna be monetizing soon. Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, well, yeah. If there's any kind of promotion you'd like me to help with, I'll be happy to do it for free. Because one of the things I like to do when I'm streaming is help other developers as well. Play test their games. Share their whenever they release them, things like that. So I mean, initially I streamed to really kind of focus on my own game, but seeing other streamers just kind of be relaxing and having fun with the community, that really grew on me. So yeah, there's more going on here than just my stuff. Making a wallpaper app with your art on the hosted server. Okay. Now I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah, formatting. Okay, I'm going to format some text. Let's call it final score. Oh, wait, high score. Actually, no, we'll do winning score. Actually, no, because this could be a tie game, we're just going to call it high score, low score. So in Unreal Engine, this is how you format localized text. Let's see, make sure I got this right. My plan for this year is getting this game out. And then after that, we'll... oops, this shouldn't be constant. And then after that, just maintain it for as long as is reasonable. If it does very well, then I'll keep at it. I'll add more fields, maybe tweak the gameplay. Yeah, it's been about 4 years now. And if it doesn't do well, and I'm prepared to accept that, if it doesn't do well, especially with the competition out there, then I'll still maintain it for a while, trying to get it at a good end closing point, and then move on to another project or take a break. I've been developing indie for about 40 years now. I guess well, indie for 40 years just about. Because I started like tinkering around with games when I was about 7 or 8 on Atari Basic. So that kind of technically that's when I started. So, and then I released my first game out like when I was 12 or 13. But I don't think anyone downloaded it. But I still had fun. So, yeah, then I released another game after that. And same thing. So, anyway, where was I? Oh, getting the scores formatted. So this will be final score. And then we'll have high score, low score. But yeah, sometimes though, when you work very hard and over many years, and you see successful indies accomplish far less accomplish far more in a shorter time, it's a reminder that hard work alone is not enough. It's It's that. It's planning. And it's also a little bit of preparedness meets opportunity. The market wants what it wants, and it may not always be what you want. And that's life. That's the way it is. Especially with all the games out there these days. But once you realize that and you accept it, then things seem to be, and things seem to go more smoothly, I think. But it's easy to say since this game isn't keeping food on the table. I have a AAA full-time job doing that. In fact, that job is how I was able to afford to pay my artist to do the work he did. Okay, I think this is right. This should update the final score text. So what's next? Banner color. Okay. Let's see. So for the banner... Oh, did my artist give me a defeat banner? I forgot. Let me look in the art folder. Let's see. Content source. Field of the heroes. UI match. Match over. So let's see. He gave me... Okay, so he gave me only these banners, red and blue. Okay. This was also another mock-up of the leaderboard. I found these wooden planks to be hard to read against, so I took these out, and it's just kind of this darker background, but it reads more easily. I may change my mind on that later, but after I do my playtest, we'll see. So, point is, there's only 2 banners, so let's make a property for those 2 banners. And we're going to edit these. Okay, widgets. Properties. By the way, these are code comments strictly for readability. You don't have to do this, but I find it... Yeah, maybe darker wood, maybe. Maybe I will try darker wood on that. So I'll show you the current leader. I'll show you the leaderboard, and let's see, where is it? Should be in the post-match, I think. Nope. Yeah. So let me try to put these side by side so it's easier to see them. Got this and then this. You could make the case that this is, I mean, the 3D is not really that dark. In fact, I'll show you it. I'll show you the leaderboard in the match, and maybe you can make a good judgment call on this because you think you have more of an eye for art than I do. I don't know why. I have a mental block with art design. I can't figure out why. I'll just take whatever my artist gives me and it looks good to me, and other people say, no, that doesn't look good, and I look at it again like, oh, maybe it doesn't look good. But I don't know. It's just me. I think a lot of game developers who I watch on stream have a pretty good sense for this. So yeah, you got... I'll pause it. So you got all this kind of color here, and then you got this leaderboard. It's clearly darker, but it is easy to read. You got the white text over the darker background. So I was thinking of leaving it like this, and then kind of doing a playtest next Wednesday. So 1 week from 2 days from now, see what they think. So that's what I had. So again, that was my idea. Then my artist did, and I respectfully disagree with him on this, at least with this lightness. So we'll figure it out. On top of that, I have something else too. So one thing to help me get over my art design issues is I got this asset from Fab. It's like a collection of buttons and such. So it's kind of more of a lighter. This I think can work with the 3D. It's not too cartoony. Although some may disagree. So you got kind of this more of a cartoony kind of overlay, like this, which is, by the way, I do want to use on my new custom lobby. But that's for maybe later this evening, maybe. Now, let me show you screenshots from Warcraft 3. Now, the thing is, while they had kind of a nice luminous, well, somewhat luminous 3D, this is kind of clean, I think. It's clean, it's structured, easy to read, but it's just kind of plain. And it's darker. Like, this is, I mean, the game is darker. Theirs is darker than my game. So this is more appropriate, I think. These lighter tones here, I think, are more appropriate for my game. So I'm probably going to reconstruct my custom lobby with these assets. We'll get to that. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. I was working on the victory board here. So, victory banner. And what was that? Oh, my cat woke up. She's eating. Maybe she'll be on the couch soon. All right. So then, I want a new property for... textures. Object pointer. Blue banner. Actually, what was it called? Banner. Oh, ribbon. Just blue ribbon and red ribbon. I don't know why they have V there. I'm just gonna call it blue ribbon and red ribbon. Okay, so we got these properties, and then we'll do. We need image ribbon. So now we're going to expose that blueprint property to native code. And over the shield. And that's an image. It's also, notice I prefixed it to make it easier to read, image ribbon, so I know right away what that is. Was it image? I think it was image. Yeah, it's image. Yep, after these header files here, for those of you who don't use C++ and you use other languages like AdoScript, you should be happy you don't have to deal with include files. It's an old concept. It's just extra work. Modern languages and other things use modules, or they just add these automatically, so you don't even have to do any of that stuff. So now we'll do update ribbon. Did I call it image ribbon? Oh, whoops. And ribbon. Yeah, I did. But it's not a member, that's why. Okay. I'll just say team ID. Was it set texture, set brush from texture? And that's what we'll do, the blue ribbon texture. And if the team is neither of these, we're just going to leave it the default color because this should never happen anyway. So that's the ribbon. Now, the shield. Now this one is going to be cool because if you're on the losing team, then you have a cracked shield. Actually, technically lost the match. So we need an image. You know what? It would be much easier if I simply updated the shield here. Yeah, I think it'd be easier to do. We're still gonna need these. So what we're going to do now, here. We'll only do a crack shield if they lost. Okay, so we're getting somewhere. That's a lot of changes to make in a short time, so I'm gonna see how it works. So let's save what we got, compile, and close and restart. While we're waiting for this to compile, I'm gonna go and, oh wait, see, oh, she's still not on the couch. She probably went back to her other sleeping spot. So I'm just gonna show you pictures of my cat since she doesn't want to feel like coming around. Oh, that's right. A new redeem I added to the channel over vacation. Let me fix this first. There we go. It's a new redeem that plays a clip of my cat. Let's see, here we go. there's another one of all of her toys that she never plays with. Compile errors, what we got? Oh, I labeled them wrong. Close out. Copy and paste gets me again. I thought I added that. Where's... Oh, whoops. That's better. And we're not going to do these stars. Okay, so... Let's compile. Alright, we're going to step through this code to make sure everything's working. Okay, tie game. That's good. Yeah, you can't really preview this. Oh, there's Mega Kitty. Oh, I forgot to set the textures up. Of course, it's not going to work. Alright, let's set those up right now. What is it, Mega Kitty? You're supposed to be on your couch, so making me look good. Okay, Mega Kitty. Alright. Oh, here we go. Okay. Alright, she can sit here. What do you think of that, Mega Kitty? Alright. I wonder if this other camera works. Stand by. Let's see if this camera's going to work. Oh boy. Oh, she's sitting right on it though. So there's Night Kitty. Now let's try this again. What is it? Where are you going? And she's gone. So let's go back to the old camera. Maybe she'll show up on the couch after all. Alright, so outcome text. Shield is set up. Oh, I want to see the final score text calculation. And then the ribbon. Get blue ribbon texture. Okay, so we're getting there. Also, if it's a tie game, I don't want the swords to appear. Or if you lose, then they shouldn't be. I want to make sure the banner works, though. So we're going to switch teams. And then we're going to play. Good. So the banner works. Alright, so we're getting there. Geez, I don't know. Maybe I should make the shield cracked if it was a tie game. Like both teams are losers. Which, by the way, technically the game does not allow for ties in a quick match. It's play until the end. So that said, I never really got feedback on that. No feedback about whether there should even be overtime or not. I'll have to really bring that up in a future playtest very soon. All right. So let's make these images accessible from the game from the native class. Now I'm strongly tempted to consolidate all this into a single function. Except maybe for this, because this is unique. Yeah. Widgets for outcome. I think this will better fit everything. Alright. Calculate the outcome. So then we'll have show swords. True. Yeah, I think I want to show the swords of victory is true. Okay, I think that should get the job done. Just need to test it a lot. So I think we're pretty close on that. I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to change tonight for that. think that was going to be it for the... Oh. Oh, did that... Oh, playing that actually made the Missy clip appear. That's funny. I thought I had that... There we go. Oh, you're back. What are you doing back, man? Kitty, you're supposed to be on the couch. Tell you, just can't work with some people. All right, or cats. All right, let's see how it looks in a tie game now. What? All right, post-match. Tie game, 0-0, no swords. Okay, I like it. It's better. Oh, I should have banners behind this. Yeah. I need to have banners behind that text. Okay, let's see what happens when I win. There, I just scored. Okay, now we're going to do this. Yeah, I think I do want to have something behind this, unless it's the MVP. I'll have to think on that. But now I try to lose on purpose, and we'll see how it looks. Now we get the hitches from the initial editor load. Oof, they're always pretty brutal. Give me that ball. Give me the ball. I missed. Oh, I had it, and then I lost it because of the spike trap. And now I'm down. We're not supposed to... Oof. Give me that. Give me that... Wait, is he down with... Oh, that's because of the... Alright, I'm going to make this easier to test. Here's what we're going to do. There, now all the bots are gone. I can do whatever I want. This is a super helpful cheat, by the way. Yeah, I got to update that too. These banners don't look that good. Okay, now we'll lose. Yeah, that's what I want to see. Look at that. Broken shield. Alright, it works. One other thing I want to do before I'm done here. I thought I saw... Yeah, we don't need this node anymore. So we can move the rest of this over. Okay, so let's put that in source control. Alright, code changes. Just going to quickly make sure didn't screw anything up too bad. Make sure I have ended trailing and... Okay, check. Yep. And, oh, and I am going to need to make, again, I mentioned this before. These are hard-coded. I'm going to, when I get to localization and support for other languages. I will need to move these into properties in the class and then add them to the localization text database. But that'll come later. I don't want to do that tonight. I want to do it later. Because honestly, I think a lot of players are going to be international. Maybe because anywhere countries that like soccer, I think they'll play. Yeah, score was good too. Okay, so we'll say, what was my last commit? Okay, let's say change match over animations to be change match over sequence or ceremony to have an animated widgets that reflect whether the player won or lost and hides the scoreboard. So yeah, that is a much better improvement than what we had before. I still have the old version, which is just a flat banner. I'm gonna hang on to that for a few commits just to make sure that nothing else is using it, that I don't break anything, or if I ever need to go back to it, I can look at it. But other than that, I'm probably gonna delete that old way of doing things later. And there's more work to be done too. Like when you score a goal, I have not decided how I want it to look yet. Right? You saw that flat banner appear. I think it can be better. I just don't know how yet. Because if you look at like other games, like I want to recall Mega Strikers real quick. One thing I liked them doing when a goal was scored holy cow, fast forwarding is slow. Yeah, so they have the goal make scorer have their avatar appear here, which is good, which perfect for that game, for that art style, very perfect. But I don't have a budget to afford this, so I'm probably just gonna find maybe good banners, but I probably won't have any avatar art. Now, if the game does well and I can afford it, then maybe, but and even then, I kind of risk copying their style, and I want to be more original. So that's a style that I'm probably not going to end up doing. I also don't have replays. I know that was a request. The reason I don't have a replay on the goal is I tried it. I tried briefly to throw a prototype together. I couldn't get it to work with Unreal's replay system. And I know there are replays in Unreal games. I've seen it, but I don't know what I'm doing different than them. And there's not really good documentation on it either. So I put that as a nice to have in the future feature. All right, so we got, again, the old layout was just this. So yeah, you're looking at this little boring banner. It doesn't even have the right color in this. So I know which one I like more. Oh, this won't even compile anymore. Oh yeah, I know why. I guess I can't really use this anymore, can I? Let's just delete it. And then we'll rename this one to the old one. Okay, now let's restart the editor. Now, I'm careful about renaming assets on Unreal. It tends to keep them in memory, and I've had, on very rare occasions, issues where doing what I just did could cause weird compilation problems in Blueprint. So, so restarting the editor is one way I safeguard against that. All right, let's make sure it still works. Good. So again, it's an improvement over what we had before, so that's good enough for me. And let me save that. Removed old layout. Renamed the new one to the original. Okay. Now before I go on to the next thing, I want to show something that may be of interest here. Let me see if I can find it. Do I still have... Oh, yeah. So, so this was something... Oh, I can't... Oh, never mind. I need to import it. Or no, I need to make a table. So let's do... So this is a spreadsheet that I made of the all the content and all the assets that are produced when generating a package build. So one of the things I wanted to do was make the package build size smaller by shrinking assets and removing assets I'm not even using. So this spreadsheet is what that is for. I produced it running a PowerShell file. A PowerShell script, and I'm going to share that in a blog that's going to come up in the future. What's important? Hurry up! Oh, wow, it's actually resizing these both. So what's important here is the size column. This is currently this asset is the biggest asset in the whole package. It's a 40 megabyte texture, and I since shrunk this twofold, so it's much cheaper. Not only that, but you hardly ever even see the texture. So you go through this, looking for like the biggest textures, and you shrink them. And if they look exactly the same, on the field, because again, a lot of these textures are for objects on the field that are very small, and it's from the camera's perspective. So you can shrink these and then keep going and going. And I was able to shave almost 800 megs from the package build in the most recent update. So I'm going to do more of this later, but I'm going to do that on my other login. So that's something I wanted to show you. I'm going to write a blog about how to do that with Unreal. I don't know how Godot does it, or how I think I used to know how Unity does it, but it's if you have a big game, and honestly I don't know how big, I can't imagine Godot making really big games, content size wise, but if you are, then you can. Maybe Godot has some way to list all the packaged assets by size, and that would be super helpful. But also, I'm also one of those old school developers who actually cares about how big their game is, and you know, like if this game were like 12 gigs, I'd be like, whoa, we got problems here. So you know, but other developers, I mean, either they don't know that they're too big, or yeah, learning about size mapping. Yeah, so let's look at the size map for this. Yeah, so this is an 8 meg widget, but notice that I have some pretty big hard references to it. So, and the reason these are hard references is, well, I mean, they actually show up on the widget, and I can't really, I'd rather not preload them. So, but let me show you the character. I'll take a random hero. Let's do Dodger. Size map. So Dodger is 44 megs. And a lot of this is the animation blueprint, but also, wow, material instance is 5 megs. You know, maybe I could shrink that a bit. There's all these animation sequences, and we got particle systems. Ooh, this one's pretty big. Wait, the ball kick is 14 megs? For just those little sparks? Wow. 14 megs for like a bunch of sparks that... Let me show you let me show you the 14 meg system. And that's actually a fairly recent addition. That's it. These little sparks here are 14 megs. Wow. Why is that 14 megs? Let's do a size map on that. Alright, well you got... Oh, okay, so you got all these textures here. Okay. Yeah, these add up. But still, 14 megs. I played games on my old 386 PC that were 500 kilobytes, and I got like easily 20 hours out of them. And that's like half a meg. So when I see this one particle system with 14 megs, you know, time changes everything. So anyway, so I'm on a tangent here. I'm going to go back to, I want to show you the custom lobby. So the custom lobby is where custom games are set up. I'll show you the root menu. And actually, I'll show you the level, in fact. As soon as there's... Okay, so I'll show you the custom lobby. Full screen. And in client mode. Server mode. So here's the thing. One of the features of Field of Heroes is the ability to play a custom game. Not a quick match game, but a custom game. You can have as many players as you want. You can play single player if you want. I just let off some steam. I don't have a campaign mode in this game, though. If anything, I'm really trying to encourage players to play quick match. So hence kind of the limited support for single player, but it's still there. You just have to dig through a few menus to get there. So anyway, you have from the top to bottom, you have the game name, join access, which ought to be well, this has to be set up before you enter the lobby, because it dictates how the lobby hosts. And then you have blue team, red team. And then you have the play button, you have the thumbnails. Let me redo that in standalone. Okay, so then you have Unknown Ruins field. So this is where you select the field you want to play. We have 6 right now. There's 2 more that are going to be added to this rotation very soon. Oh, and these thumbnails are out of date too. I'm very out of date. This is where you choose your level. And then your settings, like how match duration, overtime on or off, overtime duration. And so it's really thrown together. It's very developer art. Also, the in-game chat, you actually have to press enter to make it even appear. Like this. And then just like that. Yeah, it's not even showing the chat text in the main display. So this is really crude. I mean, it works, but it's very crude. And I want to clean this up a bit. So let's go back to standalone. So I was thinking about how I want it to look. Nope, that's not what I want to see. Market research. So I went back to the Warcraft 3 screens, and I like how this is set up. You got these are all clearly buttons because look at the if you notice the framing around them, that this is a button that's disabled for some. I think it's disabled for some reason. Teams, all that you can click on all of these things and set yourself up. And then you have the map. I think you can click on. I think the host can click on this to change the map. Start game. Some stats here. A section for. I don't know where you configure the game speed though. Maybe it's another screenshot. Hey, Renfrost Serenity, welcome. It's coming along well. So I've been mostly off for 2 weeks on vacation. Kind of catching my second wind there, and I think I got it. So I put in a full day of work at AAA development today. Came home, had a very small dinner, and now I'm streaming. So this is the lobby of all the available games. I want to see more. I want to see how they did their map selection. Yeah, this was really good. This was super inspiring. Oh, here's their map selection here. Okay. And that's where they... So the full day, yeah, it did go very well. Let's see. Load game, create game. Oh, yeah, you can load your... Oh. Oh, wait, these are... Oh, those are just games. Okay. That's not what I was thinking. Let's keep looking. These options for creating a game, I want it to be within the lobby. I want to know how they set up the game properties. That looks kind of ugly, but it's space efficient. I like this interface better. Yeah, I like this much better. Any other? Huh, cute. What I want to know is where they set the map properties. Oh, advanced options? No. Well, it could be an options button. That's interesting. Okay. Well, I think I've seen enough. So, back to the current setup. I do like these teams being here at near the top. And back to the art here. I do like how there's room to change your stuff, but there's also room here already too. Yeah, I'm not even really making that good use of the space. There's enough room here to... I'm not even sure I need their avatar, honestly. I can probably shave that off. So you hide their Steam avatar. So you shrink the name a bit. That gives you enough space to let them choose their hero. And it's really all you need is the hero. Like random doesn't apply here. Well, actually that's their hero. I was going to use a drop down with avatars of the heroes, and I could do that. Yeah, don't need this 100% here. Don't need the color. Don't need the number. So I could do that. Plenty of space. So there's a field. But yeah, there's all this unused space down here, though. Let's see, what can I do here? Oh yeah, I need a chat area. There has to be a chat view around here. That's the first thing I want to fix. Okay, so where's the chat? Oh, it's not even here. It's in the parent. Oh. Yeah, it's right here. I think the chat message feed, let's see. You know, I could keep the chat persistent and have the other menus, like the map picker. You have to re-architect that, but leave the chat in the corner. Now the chat in the main menu is on the bottom right, so I want to keep that. So we can make this always visible. So I don't think I have support for making this always visible. Let me see if I do. No. Actually, yeah, let's make that option. So we're going to open the chat message feed class. action, team events, squad events. Alright. Is chat visible? Always visible. Okay, so, alright. And we need to start it visible if, let's see, where's the initialization? Oh. Okay, let's make it visible by default if it should always be visible. Let's see, make factoring here. Okay. Show message feed. Let's see, queries, chat. Feed always visible. This makes more sense. Okay. So if I did it right, then as soon as I restart with my changes in, I can make this always visible, and then it will always show up on the screen. While it's running, I'm gonna see. I'm gonna deem another. Oh, we're already up. Cool. Okay, so let's make this custom lobby chat feed always visible. And if I did this right, then it should appear. Cool, there it is. Ah, that looks bad. Oh. Oh, it's also not. It's also taking the cursor away. Okay, not quite done yet. do that again, because let's see, we'll say, yeah, that's, oh, because the show tab change channels is still there. Okay. Ah, this should be here. Now it'll work. I want to make sure I don't make this mistake twice, so I'm going to add a comment for showing the first time chat text, or else it will be added to the screen twice, and to both lists, to both the historic and new message feeds, and overlap existing text. We also want to make it so when you hit enter, it doesn't lose focus or try to hide. Also, I think it's going to try and hide the message feed. Let's see if it is. Nope. But it still takes focus away. I don't want that to happen. I'm not actually changing focus anywhere either. Oh, maybe that's something I need to change in the widget. Maybe not. Maybe I just need to set focus. Oh, from code? I don't get why it's losing focus in the first place. When I say focus, I mean the blinking cursor that's on the screen. Let me hide this rest of this stuff real quick. So when this cursor is blinking here, in programmer terminology, we say that text box has focus, because that's where your keystrokes are going to. But then notice it just disappears. I have no idea why it's just disappearing like that. How about... Stop. I wonder if it has to do with what I'm returning here. What if I turn true here? Another thing I don't like about C++ is there are no names for return values. Like when you have an input parameter for something like get channel name, that's your input parameter. You have a name for it. What you don't have is a name for what you return, and sometimes I really wish I had one. Most other programming languages do have that. Hey, it worked. Good, so I can see chatting and chatting. All right, what if I have a second player here? What happens? Oh, I can't hit enter. That's weird. I can see, can't hit enter for some reason. Maybe it's because I have 2 instances running on my desktop. Okay, let's do one player. Also, why is this not showing up? Match map. Let's go back to the widget. Oh, yeah. Let me find out why that's not getting filled in. Host field definition is null. Why is it null? I am the host after all. Alright, but if I'm standalone, I have all these settings here. Okay, this works in single player. Now let me see why it's not working as a listen server. Oh, because of that. Okay. Alright, I guess that's fine. But now I'm curious. Let me run the game itself real quick. I just want to make sure this isn't a problem in the packaged build. Oh no, it works fine. Yeah, don't want the practice field there. I thought I fixed that already. Maybe I didn't do a build since then. Okay, so that's a non-issue. All right, back to the game. And well, back to another Mega Kitty redeem because I like using it. It's Mega Kitty versus the bird. I like this one. Yeah, that day I actually had 2 birds standing on the window outside the window on the window ledge, and my cat was just staring at them. It was great. All right, so so now the chat's always visible. So I need to architect around that now. So back to deciding on the layout. backgrounds full screen. So these slots need to change to be more like these slots. I like it. Again, it's clean. That said, let's see. I also need a way to close these slots too. So in case you want to do, have a limited or weird team setup, you can do that. So yeah, I would kind of take the general top left, and the game name and joining access, they might be fine where they are. Yeah, maybe I'll think more on that. Let me step back for a sec and see what else I had planned to do tonight. Because that was the main thing, was the victory, defeat, tie game thing, which is done now. I think I'm in a good spot right now. I've been doing game dev all day, when you count my AAA full-time job too. So after 12 hours of all that, well, 13, I think I'm probably gonna take a break and maybe raid us off somewhere. Let's see who's streaming right now. Oh, it's tough ones to choose from. But I think what I'll do is I'm going to raid you all off to an extremely talented artist and also Unreal developer named Boom. They have a stream. Words cannot describe how much fun their stream is at times. So let's see what happens when we raid them and go from there. So let's see. Because I ordinarily raid to certain others, but this time I'm going to raid Boom. Yep. Alright. Yep, you have a great rest of your night too. I'll probably be on Discord a little bit longer and catch up with other streamers, see what they're up to, and then start decompressing for the night. So maybe I'll stream later this week. We'll see. But otherwise, I am usually up on Monday nights, 7 p.m. Central Time. We have next week, Monday we'll stream. Wednesday we'll have a special playtest stream. That's going to be really exciting. So until then, I hope you all have a good one, and all have a great start to your new year.